Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back with another stream. I've been waiting all day to do this one. I thought that maybe we'd have some news to confirm about England, but no such luck. No such luck. So we'll go now, and if there's anything to announce later, then we'll come back later. You know me, I'm not afraid of a late night stream. It's all good. But listen, people, before we get into today's stream, because we've got a bit to discuss, please hit a like on the video. Best way to help the channel out, best way to support the channel, but just by hitting a like, just caress it, just press it, just stroke it slowly. Subscribe to the channel and drop your comments below. Big thank you to John C and John Abbott for the super thanks, and Mike C, Linda, and Wayne for becoming new channel members of the channel. Much appreciated. All the support. Big up. Thank you for that. Memberships are in the description, so if you want to join, thank you for the help. Good to see man. Good to see you all as well. I see there's a few people already waiting. Listen, I put the poll out, yeah, because it was inspired by a comment I got by Tom Clayton. I want to give him his props because it's something I didn't consider. I didn't think that of that scenario, and it's quite unlike me. So I thought I'd just put the poll out. And obviously, this isn't all the Leeds United fans. It's not even a fraction, really. It's not really a big fraction. But I thought I'd put the poll out to my subscribers and see if Willie Gnonto, when this window closes, is there forgiveness from Leeds fans? Because from what I saw and what I've been seeing and what I've been receiving, it seems that there's no way back. But at the same time, I'm looking tonight at some Kabuki Chris Wood rumors. Some of you are begging for him. And listen, he did the same thing. But I just thought I'd just ask anyway, because I wanted just to see if Tom's theory was correct. So you know what, let me just let me close that poll. Let me see. Let me end the poll now. You know what? Let me not end the poll. Let some other people come in. Let some other people come up. Philip saying we are fickle. Hey, listen, all it will take is him saying sorry on the one day. People still call him this and that. And then on the Saturday, if he scores an assist too, oh, Willie, all is forgiven. You know how football fans are. But I just thought that it just seems to me that there doesn't seem to be a way back just from what I've read. And I can only tell you what I've read from what I receive and what I read online. But, you know, things change in football, don't they? So we'll see. I'll leave the poll up just for a bit. And listen, there's some rumors going around this evening. I'm not going to comment on them because I haven't seen anybody credible talk about them. If we do, then I will obviously we'll get into it. But there's no point. I mean, I just mentioned Chris Wood just for an example because he was the same. He didn't want to play, did he? Dropped us that Twitter post about I don't, my heart's not in it. I want to go Premier League. All right, mate. You know what I mean? All right, calm down. But you know, but we'll see. Zach saying, been following you for a minute, finally caught a live stream from New Zealand. Love your content, KG brother. Keep it up. Thank you, Zach, and thank you to everyone around the world, man. Someone saying look for Graham Smith. Okay, let me do that while I'm here. Of course, it would happen just as I'm going live. Graham Smith. Always forget. Let's have a look. There is nothing. Okay, you sent me to the wrong. You give me a false one there. Your name is now marked. I might have to put you in timeout for that. But anyway, listen. Let's get on with the show, people, because we got some stuff to get through. Wait there. Shall I end this poll now? Yeah, there's enough people that could have voted. Let me just go on here. End poll. Yeah, I got sent, Bowie. I got sent. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. 56% said yes. No, 58% said yes. No, 41%, and that was out of 168 votes. So a little bit of a small sample size, but it seems that more people are willing to say, you know what, Willie, we'll let it slide. But yeah, we'll see. But listen, let's get into the show. And Jack Harrison, as we see, has moved to Everton, and it's as what the video I put out yesterday. It wasn't confirmed whether it was a season-long loan or if he had a transfer release clause. Well, it comes to find out that it's a season-long loan, which is absolutely not ideal. Not ideal at all. And look at this. I mean, even in this picture here, he's actually modeling a new kit. You know what I mean? It's all mad, isn't it? It's all mad. But Jack Harrison has now joined Everton on loan. Makes loan move. And it's on loan for the end of the season. The 26-year-old, yeah. He went on to make, there's nothing really here to read, is there? Made 206 appearances for Leeds, scoring 34 goals. Initially, a series of loans from Man City before the deal's made permanent. Yep. Okay. We wish Jack for his effort and wish him luck at Goodison Park. I mean, speak for yourself. The only thing I wish is that he does actually perform on a more consistent basis, because then we can get an actual transfer fee for him. Because the thing with the Everton thing is that they want to make it permanent. Their aim is to make it permanent, but it's look, they don't have the money to do it. They don't have the money to do it. So it's kind of like me at the moment with I've got a current subscription that I've got at a discount price and it's for 12 months. But in 12 months' time, it's going to go up to the full price. So, I may stick around, but you know what? I might not. And it kind of sounds like that with Everton, where, hey, listen, if we got the money in 12 months, we'll buy him. But if not, we're sending him back. And for me, that's a problem because he, like everybody else that's left on loan, I don't want to see again. I don't want to see Jack Harrison again. And I want to make it clear as well. I'm perfectly happy with him gone. I've got no issue with that. The issue is that we didn't get a transfer fee. That's the biggest issue for me. That's been a disaster and just a never-ending run of disasters in this transfer window. It's been a nightmare so far. We got 18 days left, and it's a lot of work for the 49ers to do to make this squad competitive. Because if we're going to keep on fielding teams that we did against Birmingham, we've got no hope. We've got no hope. Forget the top 10. We're going nowhere with that starting 11 in the 44 more games this season. No chance. And also, I just want to I want to put this to people as well. Long-term subscribers of mine know I don't subscribe to the theory that if you get relegated, that you need to stay and help get you back up. I believe that players should be able to move wherever they want and everything else like that. I'm a bit different in that way because I just want people that want to actually play for the football club. But if I did subscribe to that theory, then shouldn't Jack be getting more flack than I've seen? Because Verba got it, Cock got it, Nanto's getting it now, although different scenario. A lot of the players have got flack, but Jack seems to be getting a light move. And maybe it's because he's cutesy Jack Harrison and all that. But if you're really going to add it up, he should be the one that says, I should stay, because out of everybody, Sinisterra wasn't fit. Nanto didn't get to play for various reasons. Manager's not picking him. Verba was injured most of the time. So I guess in Cine and Verba's instances, you'd say, hey, maybe they should stay because they were out injured and help us up. Now they're fit. Maybe you could go that route. But Jack was here in the promotion year. He's been here a long time, so he knows what it's all about. And not only is Jack Harrison left on loan, people, the new contract he signed was when we was down at the bottom, knowingly that relegation was a possibility, and he would have chosen to agree to have a relegation loan clause. So he hasn't been committed just as much as Verba, much as Robin Koch. He's much as culpable as all those guys. And then when you add into it that he got picked game after game after game after doing nothing in those games, by the way, yeah, how has he not gotten as much stick as the other? I don't get it. And if it's because of the promotion stink, then that sucks, because he should have more loyalty in that sense, because he knows what it's all about. I don't know, people. Let me know. Let me know, because it doesn't make sense to me. He signed that 5-year contract in good faith that it was more money, obviously improved deal. And of the first sign of going, he's even currently injured, as we speak. He's gone to Everton. And let's not forget, after his season last season, he was on fire when the season began. Newcastle were linked with him. He looked like he was playing for that move for Newcastle. The window shut, he went quiet. He went quiet up until, then he has that failed move to Leicester, gets sat out for a couple games to get his head right. He has 4 or 5 games in a row where he's on fire again, give him a new contract, and then he goes quiet again. But he still got picked time after time, played left, played center, played right to facilitate him, just to get performances out of him. And he did nothing, people. But hey, I listen, I want to get your thoughts on it, because that's how I feel about him. Like I say, I don't think of football in that way, but I'm just thinking for all those people that always say he deserved this move or got no ill will towards Jack. I just want to know why, when he's been here the longest, and those people that joined us last season would have had less affiliation with Leeds United than he does. He's literally joined us a few times on loan and made it permanent. Um, let's have a look. What we saying? What we saying? I mean, listen, all this. Imagine wanting to play for Everton. I hear it, people. I hear it. I do. Agree, KG, about Harrison. Yeah, I want more people though that actually don't feel any ill will to him, but did feel ill will towards Verber and people like that. Um, Diggler saying, "I'm glad he's finally gone." Yeah, I'm glad as well. For me, he was part of the problem. You know, we talk about relegation and what got us down. You know, portions of blame of relegation can go to a lot of people. You can go to the owners, definitely Victor Rorter, Bamford's misses, Melier's lack of form, poor defense, everything else you want. Team selections, Drame being sent out on loan, leaving us with Ailing and Christensen. But you also have to give him a large portion of the blame because no matter how many games in a row he was ghosting, he get picked time after time, and he didn't make the most of it. Not in my eyes, anyway. Darren saying money talks. He wants prem wages. Yep, and I'm not mad at that. Listen, I've got no. I'll always stick to it, no matter who makes the move. Whatever's best for your career, I understand it, but I just don't get how people don't see it as snaky as Verba. I just don't understand. He literally signed a new contract when we were suffering in the bottom three or around there. He knew that there was a risk of us getting relegated, and he's dipped, injured as well. um, yeah, Necro here saying about get all the drafts out, reset. It's the only way you move forward. I am very interested in some of those people that said relegation would reset us and we'd be in a better position. I wonder what they're all thinking now, because you can reset in the Prem and you'd be in a much better position, by the way. But a lot of people were convinced we needed to be relegated to reset and restart with Leeds United and get that winning feeling back. Well, we played two championship games so far against two bottom half teams, really, and we've won neither. I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't missed any super chats. I've got this starred, man. But I'm in a monologue here, man. Let me land. Nate saying, honestly, don't hate any of the players leaving. Dislike strongly the board for being incompetent. Well, there is that. There is definitely that. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, let's have a look. And I mean, and also when you look at Jack, when you see about the whole back and forth with Everton and Villa, you know, he was literally looking for the best thing smoking out of you. You know, there was no, as people love to say, fighting for the badge and all that stuff, all that passion merchant stuff. He wanted to go. It's just that he's been very quiet about it this summer. We haven't heard any whispers from him, but obviously this has been in the works. You know, we're talking about Sinisterra. I'm not going to bring up Sinisterra in this one today because there's been no concrete links with him with a move away. But he's been linked with his agent being linked with touting him back to Marseille, I should say, and also back to Feyenoord. But until there's more concrete links, I'm not going to speak about that too much. But agents do that work on behalf of their clients, much like the agent got all these clauses in for Jack Harrison to make it an easy move for him to get back to the Premier League. But yeah, that's just my point of view. Leave your comments below if you agree, disagree, whichever you like. It's all good. Um, oh, and just out of interest, because I had somebody ask me, how did Villa not know he was injured? I, I'll tell you this: it's because Villa, and this sounds dirty. It does sound dirty, but it's the reality of football. They would have thought that Jack Harrison was just sitting out in waiting for a Premier League move. That's probably why they didn't actually realize he was injured. That's why when they tried to hijack Everton's move, they obviously got a real medical report back that said actually he is hurt, and that is one reason why that's the one reason I can think why Villa went in for him without realizing he wasn't injured, because at this time of the season with the transfer window and when relegated clubs or whoever who's moving on to a bigger club or a better situation, shall we say, they sit out, don't they? And oh, I've got this little niggle. Oh, I've got a little knock. But then when they move, you see him play on the Saturday, you're like, all right. But obviously he must be injured. And that's what Villa didn't realize. And that's when they backed away and he stayed with Everton. But otherwise, he was probably going to go Villa by the sounds of it. So, good riddance, Jack Harrison. For me, it's another one out the door. I'm just disappointed we didn't get a transfer fee for him. Kevin, this question always comes up. I know about how many times I explained it. People still ask, how did Jack pass a medical while injured? As long as there's no long-term damage with the injury, clubs will sign players. That's how it works. If he used to have a cruciate ligament injury, then obviously they're not going to touch him. But they obviously feel with his current injury, which I believe is a hip, is treatable, and he'll be ready to go very, very soon. And that's the reason why they can pass medicals. Everything else, heart rate, all that kind of stuff they do, but then they will check the injury and say, yeah, actually, I don't think he's going to be ready for another 3 months. I mean, we might want to not do this, but if it's going to be soon, they will do the deal, and it is as simple as that. Um, and also as well, I did speak to somebody yesterday. Let me just get the message up. Um, yeah, because Fabrizio's been getting a bit hammered lately, but Kevin saying, "Okay, Cage is strange." It's not strange. It's common practice in football. But yeah, I had a message from somebody in regards to this because of Villa and Everton and stuff. But a player that I speak to who's actually had the "here we go" from Fabrizio, he said that it's not him that actually told Fabrizio; it's an agent. So when it goes to that "here we go" stage, that's usually when it's done and dusted. Usually, 99% of the time. And that is when Fabrizio puts it out, and from that, it's just crazy how big the Fabrizio Romano business is. Because from that, he got loads more followers on Twitter, Instagram. It's big business, Fabrizio. I mean, I saw Grizz, who's part of the Big Six, tweet out something about you wouldn't believe how much Fabrizio Romano charges for 20 minutes on your podcast. I can believe it. I can 100% believe it, but and Vega here, because Fab is a parent for agent, he is. And when you see the initial ones, I'll give you a little more insight. When you see the initial ones saying, like, let's just say this player has got interest by the three clubs or something like that, three different clubs, that's to get the player's name out there sometimes. So sometimes agents do feed Fab and Ornstein and all these guys some duff information to get their client's name out there. That happens all the time. And that's just a little behind the scenes. I'm sure there's more to it, but yeah, one player I speak to has had the "here we go." He didn't message Fabrizio. It was his agent who's got a bunch of clients. So it's business, people. I keep telling you guys, it's only us that love it as fans, as part of the clubs. But to these players, man, it's business. I'm afraid. Um, but yeah, let me just see. Yeah, I know Vega, no integrity. Yeah, it's their careers, man. It's their careers. They do what's best for their careers. I'm afraid that's how it is for fans. That's what you just have to accept. Let me just see what's next on the docket. Uh, okay. Yep. 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 Done that. Done that. Done that. Okay. Right. Well, you know what? We have to do rival watch. Um, we have to do rival watch because it's important and it's quite relative to us. And you see there, we've already seen today, Ward Prowse has moved from Southampton to West Ham for 30 million. So if Southampton have pocketed another 30 million pounds, and whereas we just keep losing people on loan, they're managing to get sales now, as well as Leicester have, Southampton have, and let's add to that now, Romeo Lavia is joining Chelsea. That back and forth with Liverpool, Chelsea didn't start with Caicedo. It happened with Lavia too, but he's going to Chelsea and it's going to be for 50 million plus add-ons. Look at the money that these guys are getting in, and this is why this is a disaster of a transfer window for us so far. We're getting in nothing. Nah, Ed, you know what? You know what, Ed? I'll give you that. That's pretty funny still. You watching Rotherham MK Dons KG. I'll give you that one, Ed. All right, now, peace out. But yeah, you're seeing our relegation rivals doing business the right way. And this is how you're supposed to do it. Lavia. And what's funny is in regards to Lavia's transfer is that Liverpool had bid 46 million, if you remember, and they wouldn't go to the 50 that Southampton were asking for. Then it comes out that they've bid 111 for Caicedo, and then they've gone cap in hand back to Southampton saying, yo, you still got that Lavia for sale. And Lavia's just said, no, thank you, but no thank you. Chelsea, I'm with you. Because if you remember as well, um, Chelsea, they bid for him pretty much soon after Southampton signed him. He played like 2 games for him in the Prem, and Chelsea went in with a big offer, but obviously Southampton said no. So he's obviously known from the interest from there, and he's also joining Chelsea. And let me just to piece it all together, because it's something that I said as well when the Tyler Adams deal fell through. And this is via Fabrizio. It's 165 potential package for both, which is Insane money, people, insane. But also explains why Chelsea left Tyler Adams' deal after medical injury was not the issue, which I've already said already. I've already told you he passed both medicals. That is a fact. They decided to invest on Romeo Moses. And I actually think, though, that if Chelsea and Liverpool hadn't messed around so much with both Lavia and Caicedo, that they would have possibly got all three midfielders. I genuinely believe that if they didn't have to then take some money and put it into the Caicedo one where they're now paying 115 million, I think that they would have possibly taken all three midfielders. But as it stands, they had to take some money out. Lavia and Caicedo were always on the books or on the plan for them, and they've gone through with that instead. And look at the deal. And just on this, Ash saying, how are Chelsea not hammered by FFP? I see them spending so much every day. This is a question that everyone keeps on talking about, and I see other people saying FFP. Yeah, Darren, it's nice, isn't it? Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo. That is a sick midfield. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You have to hold your hands up and say, I like it. I like it a lot. Shout out if you know which film that's from. I like it a lot. But yes, the FFP, if you Chelsea and Todd Bowley will have done all the accounting, and they've also sold over 10 players this summer, and that includes fees like Mason Mount, which is 60 million, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, which I believe was like 30, Kai Havertz, which is 65, and others, so on and so on. They've already sold a load of players, but I think it will affect them if they don't get back into the Champions League. So as long as they get back into the Champions League, then I think their FFP will suddenly work out. And also, what you got to remember as well is that Caicedo is on like an 8-year contract with the extension for another one of those death row contracts, man. Shug Bowley in the house. And I think Lavia will probably be on an extended deal too. They're working around it, people. They're working around it. It's insane, but you know what? I rate it. I rate the ambition, man. I rate it a lot. But yeah, always cooking the books. It could be that, but yeah. Yes, Dumb and Dumber. Well done, Mark B. Yeah, yeah. I like it, Mary. I like it a lot. But yes, yeah, I love that film, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, classic, man. But wait a minute, Buey. Thoughts on? I know this is not Alfredo Morelos you're talking about, man. If you're talking about players that are troublesome, it don't get more troublesome than Morelos. I would say no on that one. Oh man, it is, man. Deshaun Shook Bowley, man. He's signed them up for these death row deals, man. It's crazy. But that's what I just wanted to link together in terms of our rivals, because I say our rivals, our relegation brothers, because look what Leicester and Southampton have done. They've actually sold players, which means they can play a bit more in the market. And what we're doing, we're in trouble, man. We've got 18 days left of this window, and we need at least five. And I'm being generous with five people. I'm seriously being generous. We need at least five. Now we've been told about possible rumors today of Cameron Archer, Glenn Kamara. I will speak about those when there's something more concrete. I will. But that still wouldn't be enough. We have so many gaps in the team, even without players like Jack Harrison and all these leaving. We've got so many gaps of quality. It's unreal. There's so much work to do. This is possibly going to be one of the worst windows that we've had in recent history. Seriously. This is seriously going to be one of the worst, because even as new signings, Sambara made a start against Birmingham, cool, but Darlow's not playing. He's not first choice, which I thought he would be. And it's only Ampadu that's getting the starts. He's literally the only one that's playing. Meanwhile, we've had how many departures? Loads. Lee's lead saying, KG, we need 8 players, no less. I'm with you. Possibly even more. But I'm with you. We do need 8. But that's why I'm saying we need at least 5. At least 5. I mean, listen, bring back Samu Saiz. Listen, Saiz left us before the window. He didn't get hammered like this, man. You know what I mean? But um, I just don't know, man. I mean, how does everyone feel right now? I'm seriously, I feel it just feels like we're going nowhere. And I thought with once we got relegated, once we got the new ownership, that we'd be in better condition. But obviously, nobody in the chat could foresee that we'd have a load of relegation release loan clauses. No one could foresee that. We knew players would leave. It was quite obvious. But on loan, I don't think anyone saw that coming. You know what, Edward? That's a good shout. I haven't felt this way since 2004. I'll say I was more worried back then, only because I thought that the club was going out of business, and it was close, wasn't it? We all know it was close. Well, for people that were around then, I thought we was going to go out of business, and of course that is a worry. You don't want your club to go down, and then you have to become like AFC Leeds United or something like that. But this is it's such a hollow feeling because we've been relegated. It's not like we've just survived in the Prem and we've had to go again with the same crap group of players. It's less of that and even worse players that have had to come back from loans and everything else. I mean, how is that Pervader at 10 shout going for you guys? Because some of you guys were trying to act like he was the next, Kaka of the team. How's that going? I just don't feel good, people. I don't feel good right now in terms of this. And I had somebody. There's always some, isn't there? There's always some. Somebody had a message in the Jack Harrison leaving video, and it's always those people. And I don't mean to be horrible, but it's always those people that take the selfies down here and down here and have a face like this. Like, are you ever positive? Are you ever positive? Guys, long-term subscribers will know that I always give as much hope and positivity as I can. When other people are writing us off, I will always say, there's always a chance, always this. But even I'm finding it hard now. And what is the positive as well when you haven't had a clean sheet for your team in the league since February? We haven't won a league game since Forest in early April. We've dropped down to the championship. We're losing players on loan with one sale in Rodrigo. And we haven't won either one of our two championship games against two opponents that are beatable. I mean, what are we talking about here? You want me to make stuff up? I mean, I can do that, but it's not realistic. It's not telling you exactly where we are. And I always wonder with people like that, just how do they just live everyday life, man? They must live a nice, fluffy cloud life. I don't know. But there's nothing positive right now. The only thing positive that can happen is if we make a bunch of signings that will take us to the next level. And the next level right now is to be a playoff contender because right now, this team ain't even touching the playoffs. It's not touching it. Um, Jamie saying I can't sound happy clappers. You know what it is, Jamie? I'm a positive guy. I am, and if you follow me on Instagram, I do pretty much daily affirmations and stuff. But you have to be realistic in the scenario that you're in. And when you're seeing other teams around you, not even Southampton and Leicester, I mean, even Coventry has spent 6 to 7 million on a striker. We're not doing anything like that as we speak right now. So where are you supposed to get the positives? The team can't win games. They even struggle to beat Shrewsbury Town in the cup. I just call it like I see it. I always have. And even when we was in the relegation battle in the Premier League, I'd always say, okay, people think that we're going to get relegated, but there's literally five teams as worse as us. There's five teams as bad as us in the league, and it's proven by the points total. I'll always give it to you real, but real right now is that there's 18 days left, and we have not got a squad good enough to compete in the championship. Direct saying there's positive, there's delusional, fan base is delusional at times. Yeah, you're probably right, man. You're probably right. Resident Alien saying it's not all doom and gloom. KG Helder Costa is still at the club. Yeah, he is looking to leave though, and I think that's best. Like I said on the match reaction against Birmingham, I keep forgetting that the guy's actually here. It's only when it keeps coming up in reports I remember go, oh yeah, Helder Costa's here. But yeah, I think we'll be looking for him to go. But that's another thing I wanted just to mention because whether he goes on loan or Sinisterra goes on loan, just to clear up the international um, the loan scenario because a few people asked me again about Jack Harrison, him being alone. Isn't that the loan quota filled up? It's not because it was a domestic loan. It's only one more international. So that means that if Sinisterra or Helder Costa was to go on loan to a European team or wherever else in the world, that would be the quota filled up. Jack Harrison's to Everton is a domestic loan, so it doesn't count against the six that have already gone out. So that's I just wanted to clear that up for people that are a bit confused with that. Um, Randall saying supporting Leeds at the minute is like being with a girl and you're showing all the love for and getting nothing in return. Lord have mercy. Um, let's have a look. Daniel saying being a Leeds fan, I guess, is so depressing. Just imagine somehow we get promoted this season. We're going to end up getting all these players. I think players coming back for us. It's embarrassing. No, I don't. I don't believe it. I don't think they will come back, especially someone like Jack Harrison. There's no point. What? Why? I'd be gutted if players like that come back again. Even Robin Cock. Well, Robin Cock is going to be gone on a free transfer. Llorente, nah. Listen, got to find permanent deals, and that's another thing I want to clear up. The loan trigger is just this once. So even if we do stay in the championship next season, which at the moment is looking likely, there's no loan release clause again next summer. It's gone. You know, it's like a one and done kind of thing. Lucky saying, KG, is it bad that I miss Bamford? Yes, it is, Lucky, because even at this desperate stage, I'd rather not. Honestly. Nige D saying, I feel numb with everything with Leeds United. We've gone back 6, 7 years. All Bielsa's work in the bin. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is with the whole thing with this whole Bielsa thing, there was football before Bielsa. We reached Champions League before Bielsa, and for people older, we won league titles before Bielsa. It should have been a smooth transition, but they just didn't do nothing. They didn't do anything. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They didn't upgrade after we finished ninth when it was clear as day we needed to. Even though a lot of you disagreed with me and left, that's fine. I'll always hold that to heart, people. I always hold that to heart. But yeah, we've gone backwards, definitely. No doubt about it, we've gone backwards. Um, Nate saying, I do have high hopes that last Saturday was a wake-up call. Minimum 5 signings happening. Nate, I hope you're right. Nate, are we still finishing top 2? I didn't get your answer on Saturday, Nate. Let me know in the chat, please. Okay, let me just get the super chats. Richard Ruff is okay. Thank you for the donation, Richard Ruff. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. Wooksy is saying, with the amount of love and support we gave Nanto, I don't see a way we can forgive him after this. We went against our manager for him. He owes us. Well, Wooksy, on that then. So there's no way we can't forgive him. He owes us. So which is it then? I mean, do you allow him to play and not give him stick, or is that it? Because the question was after the window closes and he's still here, issues an apology, promises to knuckle down. So yeah, I don't know. Wooksy, that's such a mixed message. Jeff saying, thanks, KG, for your perspective. I'm thinking that I need to hibernate until the end of the window. I hope we get a good crop of loans too. That's what I'm saying. Where's the loans, people? Where's the loans? Seriously. Come on. Where is the loans? I mean, man. What people talk about here? Can't see him going to Bournemouth though. Who? Uh okay, yeah. Jack saying people say they want players to stay and fight for the badge. I never want to see Jamie Shackleton play for us again. Yeah, I think a lot of people are confusing because of all the loan deals. Um, they're confusing wanting to stay and play for the badge into I've got no choice but to stay here and play. Because if you look at all the players, okay, Tyler Adams, okay. If you look at all the players that are staying or look like they want to stay for the badge, it's people that don't have the options better than Leeds United. It's because and it's easy. I mean, I even saw something about Stuart Dallas saying all he wants to do is come back and play. Well, of course he does, because he's been injured a long time, first of all, and he's not going anywhere. Where's he going? Stuart Dallas is not going anywhere with the in his current state. So of course he's going to stay and fight. That's easy to say when you're at a position where you know that there's no other interest in you, and all this gives 100% for the shirt. As I always say, guys, there's over 600 of us in here. I could get all of us in here to give 100% for the shirt. Don't mean we should be anywhere near playing for Leeds United. It's a whole different matter, and this is an issue that we've had over the last few years that I've had back and forth with people. It's about having quality, and we just don't have enough. We just don't have enough people. Um, let's have a look. Renee, okay, Renee with a super chat. Thank you for this, Renee. Sorry for the misunderstanding with the laughing. I was reacting to your selfie comment. No problem. Yeah, I agree. Things are currently bleak. Thank you, Renee. And Lee saying, when are we entering the must-win game stage? Lee, you know what's funny? Because we did this, didn't we? When was it from? Like February? February time. Oh, you know what? This is a must-win game, or this is a must-not-lose game. I Mm, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think this Friday is it. But yeah, it's mad. We're already falling behind. Leicester, we've got 6 points. We've got one. Southampton, they've got 4 points. We're already falling behind, man. It's all mad. Let's have a look. Lee's Easy saying the morale of the squad is the same as the fan base, doom and gloom. Yeah. And listen, this has happened before when we've been in the championship before. I want to add this as well. When we've been in the championship previously, players will make use any excuse to make sure that if we're failing on the pitch, that it's off the field stuff that's affected us. Oh, it's this and that. But I don't want to hear it, people, because we've literally just seen Sheffield United not only get promoted while they've had a transfer embargo, uh, key injuries in their team, they also got to a cup semi-final in that season as well. They've done all of that with everything going on, ownership issues and everything else. Why is it always different at this football club? Why is it always a bigger deal here than it is everywhere else? I just don't get it. But uh, um, let's have a look. Shall I look for the Tyler Adams Bournemouth thing? Let's have a look. Right. Let me just have a look at this and see if it's worth putting up on screen. Who's reporting it? Can you help me out? Uh, I don't see anything, people. Oh, all right. Okay, yeah. We'll leave that until a few more people pick up on it. If it's that guy, maybe. Um, let me just see what else is going on, man. Yeah, Martin Jones. Yeah, because we're Leeds United. Yeah, probably. Ripper here saying so far we've made quality signings. If we get a few more quality players, we will have hope, but just can't see. That's correct. That's the thing. We really have. We've signed good players so far, and I'm not including Byron Matt just yet. I know some of you are easily pleased. I'm not seeing it yet, and it's not working for him down the left. We need to just stop that. It's not working for him. He can't play that inverted role the way that he needs to be done. But the other ones, Darlow, I think is a good addition. Ampadu is a great addition, and Joe Rodon is a fine addition too. But the problem is they're just not enough, and that's the issue, and that's why it's becoming such a nightmarish transfer window at this point in time. But 18 days is a long time, but I don't know. I thought we'd have done more by now. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I thought we would have done much more in the transfer window at this stage. As I speak to you now on the 14th of August, I thought we'd have done so much more. Diggler saying Byram's good. I mean, look, I'll give it time, but I'm just not overwhelmed like everyone else seems to think he's the next best thing. But yeah. Nate has come back to me. Yeah, we are winning the league. Just all right. You got me in the first half. Just feel it will be League One next year. Tremendous, man. Tremendous. Um, Oh man, it's a funny all these kind of questions, man. Okay, Ryan's asking here. Now that Tyler Adams' release clause has been activated, does it go away? No, it doesn't. It doesn't go away. Just because one person or one team is activated doesn't mean that is it gone. It just means it's still there. So just like the scenario, just say Chelsea came back. You know how Liverpool came back for Southampton and actually offered more money because they knew they messed up. Chelsea wouldn't actually have to offer us any more money, but what they would probably have to do is say to Tyler, "Hey, Tyler, I'm sorry about the last week or so, but I tell you what, we'll offer you maybe three-quarters more wages. Is that okay?" So they have to deal with Tyler Adams more than us because we have a release clause, other players don't. So yeah, the release clause is there, people. It's not disappeared. I promise you. Mr. Tom, yeah, yeah. This transfer window feels like it's lasted 50 years. Yeah, it's probably one of the worst in recent history, and it's because we've had a relegation too. For me, definitely, definitely one of the worst. This is. I'm not going to give my marking yet. We're going to do that on the show at the end of the transfer window. We'll definitely go through this together, but the marking is low, and I gave last summer's a 5, maybe 4 or 5. I was low on that. People thought I was taking the mick then. Nah, this could be lower, honestly. Yep, Nige D. Yeah, breaking news: Furpo not asking to leave. I hope you're all happy about that. Yeah, I've seen that joke a few times, but I did find that one pretty funny, to be fair. Let me just check if there's anything else before we get out of here, man. It's just not great streaming right now, is it? But listen, I hope that we are in for players like um like Cameron Archer and others of that ilk. It's probably better as well, if I'm being honest. Um, but we just need to get them in. We can't keep talking about more hoping and wishing. We need to see actual players coming in. And please, before the Friday game against West Brom, I think it yeah, I mean it's very sticky, Deshaun. It's a sticky one still, mad sticky. Can't lie. Um David here saying, KG, if we don't sign at least six players by the end of the window, my heart will be on the floor for the rest of the season. Feeling physically sick every game. Yeah, yeah. John Coleman settings, isn't it? Yeah. I'm rapidly falling out of love with football. I just wonder what's the point anymore, Yeah. If anyone remembers John Coleman, shout out to him. But yeah, I feel you, man. I was like that before the Birmingham game when I saw the lineup, David. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. We went from a crap defense with a high potent attack against Cardiff to just crap all around. It was rubbish. That lineup is garbage in Championship. It's terrible. So I see a lot of people talking about the Bournemouth have met Tyler Adams' release clause, but you're saying it's by one source. Let me just see, people. Let me see, and then I'll get it up on screen. Uh, okay, right. Alex Crook, Graham Bay. Okay, a few people. All right. Shall I get it up? Let me get it up for you. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, okay. All right, let me just get it up so everyone else can see. Yep, spelled the name wrong. Tremendous. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we are, people. Here's what everyone's talking about. Alex Crook, who obviously does work with Talksport. Sorry for the big pause for anyone listening audio on in your truck or something. Very sorry. Um, Sources in Yorkshire have told Talksport that Bournemouth have matched Chelsea by triggering the 20 million bid release clause in Tyler Adams' Leeds contract. Adams was on the brink of joining Chelsea last week before the Blues pulled out at the 11th hour. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. Bournemouth, and as I've mentioned on this channel many times, Bill Foley, he knows what he's doing in terms of being ruthless and knowing what he wants for his team. Look at his two fullbacks in the Premier League, Kirkes and Max Aarons. That's something that I would have liked for Leeds in the Prem. I would have liked that. I would have easily taken that. As many know, Kirkes was my first choice in the transfer video. But Max Aarons has gone there. They signed in a lot of football manager wonder kids. I have noticed that with Bournemouth. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this goes through. Tyler Adams to Bournemouth. I bet he's probably a bit gutted, possibly joining Chelsea to then go Bournemouth. But they've got a good project there at Bournemouth, have to be said. Um, yeah, yeah, Lerma. Yeah, they've needed to replace Lerma. That's true. Yeah, Deshaun, sick fullbacks, pace in it, enough pace at fullback. It's mad. Yeah, Edward. Now we're a feeder club for Bournemouth. Thomas saying League One charge. Oh my days, the moods got sour towards the end of the stream. But yeah, this wouldn't surprise me. Alex Crook, he's one of those football insiders, so this wouldn't surprise me if this is true. This sounds like a very much a Bournemouth kind of move. And again, if Chelsea have seen no problem with the medical, I can imagine maybe the Bournemouth staff probably feel the same as well. So let's see if this one has legs and see what happens in the next few days. Listen, the 49ers, we keep seeing reports saying that they want to keep Adams, they want to keep Sinisterra, Nonto. At the end of the day, they're at the mercy of certain clauses. Nonto not so lucky, but we're gonna have to see how that plays out towards the end of the window. Yeah, I mean, Jack, Bournemouth won't stop dunking on us right now. Yeah, listen, this is it. This is exactly the kind of things I've been talking about. But some people, I'm still waiting for you to leave comments, people, and I'm not having a go at you. I just want to know your rationale for thinking that relegation was going to give us a magical reset. But were you, or was you on the train that you thought we could get relegated, keep all our best players, and go again? Because that's usually how everyone wants it. They want to have their cake and eat it. But let me know in the comments after the video. A few more super chats. Thank you for this, people. Econ saying Adams to Bournemouth. We need incomings. My days. Resident Alien saying, didn't something similar happen at Borough when Orta left? His players down tools wanted out or left. Couldn't tell you, mate. Couldn't tell you what happened at Middlesbrough. G Smith saying, if a club activates the release clause on Adams, can another club offer more? Or is it first come, first serve? I cannot believe how many people don't know how these clauses work. But you know what? Maybe I'm too close. But a release clause is a release clause. So G Smith and everyone else, Bournemouth have activated the release clause now, according to Alex Crook. If Crystal Palace came in, they won't have to pay 20.5 million. They won't have to pay 21 million. They just have to pay 20 million. It's as simple as that. The only battle that then commences is between personal terms, contract, and the project they're selling to Tyler Adams. That is the only battle. Release clauses are there in football to say this is the money. If you pay it, you have a chance to speak to the player. That is it. Honestly, seriously, it really is as simple as that. We are not going to get a 25 million bid for Tyler Adams when he has a 20 million release clause. And I've been getting a lot of comments like that. And I just look at them and go, I can't believe how many people think it would work like that. Yeah, Brian, why would they pay more than release clause? I mean, it'd be like you having a good deal in Curry's, man, and you get a nice laptop for 500. And you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, this is worth 800. You know what, Curry's? I'm going to give you 700, man, because this is too cheap. You're not going to do it, are you? So release clauses are there for a reason, and that is it. Romano now tweeting it, yeah. Okay, let me go there because Fabrizio will probably have had confirmation from Adam's agent or something. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. 1 minute ago. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, pretty much. Thank you for that now, Mikey and everyone else. Yeah, that's what I mean, Mr. Tom. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Release clauses are not bidding wars. The only bidding war that happens is with the contract to Tyler Adams. I'm sorry to burst anyone's bubble there. Um, Fabrizio, they're just confirming the report there that Bournemouth have indeed triggered it. So probably going to see him gone in the next couple of days, I would say. Sorry, Russ. Russ, you're my guy, man. Long-standing member of the chat. I'm sorry, Russ. If I could give good news right now, I would, and I would love it. I need it. We need it. But it's just all bad right now. But I'll still get the selfie from down here faces. Where's the positive news? I'll still get that on this video. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. No, G Smith, no problem, man, no problem. It's just I think it's because I know probably too much in regards to that, and that's not being like cocky. It's just something that I've always known, and I'm just surprised that not a lot of people know it. No problem, G Smith, man, no worries at all, and hopefully other people have listened too. But yeah, Fabrizio basically confirming it. So yeah, and player is keen at the move. Yeah, I think Tyler Adams is one of those as well. I said it in regards to Tyler Adams that if he was here, he'd give 100%. He definitely would. But he's just one of those that gives his all to whichever club he's employed at. And it looks like Bournemouth is going to be his next step. And can't argue with what Bournemouth are doing, man. You can't argue with it. I've been giving Bill Foley props since he sat Gary O'Neill and got Iraola in. Love that. Love that aggressive move. No, you kept us up, so we're going to give you a run. He said, actually, no, we lost the last 4 games of the season in a limp fashion, and we needed to get better, and we needed a manager that can attract a better player. Love that. But we're not currently seeing that right now from our owners. Yorkshire Peacocks need another Limp Biscuit concert. Get my anger out. I'd love to, man. I'd love to, man. I'm looking out for concerts, man. Saw the used are performing later this year. I'm not sure. I'm only going to be there for 2 songs. You know what I mean? The Taste of Ink and Bird and the Worm. But I'm looking out, man. I want to see Papa Roach come back. I do. But yeah, sorry guys. This stream started off bad and it's probably ended in a worse manner with this Tyler Adams news. So yeah. Ash, though, yeah, reinvest once we get the money. I hope so. I hope so. Wooks here saying, I'm sure Tyler would stay if there was some foundation at this team, but right now there's absolutely nothing. I don't think so, Wooks here. I think Tyler Adams, and let's be real, I know everyone always does this thing when a player is bound to leave that they say that he wasn't that good anyway. But you know me, I'm not a stats guy, but even the stats are saying that he was in the top 10 for a lot of these pressures, balls recovered, and everything else like that before he got hurt. That's not a coincidence, and it's not a coincidence why Liverpool want him, why Chelsea wanted him, why Liverpool fans were saying, "Hey, maybe Tyler Adams could be an answer," and Bournemouth have moved in for him. And looking by the way, how quick Bournemouth do business, this will probably be confirmed tomorrow. People, look how quickly Max Aarons was confirmed. But yeah, Wooksy, I think Tyler Adams, he deserves it anyway. He's one of the few out of everyone that's left that can really say that they did everything they could on the pitch, barring a few games after he came on this channel. But yeah, other than that, he was 100% committed, and he deserves Premier League football. It just sucks that we're going to lose him, and now we need another defensive midfielder. Yeah, I mean that's a positive. Hey, listen, let's try and get them up as much as we can. At least we get a fee for Adams. It's something, isn't it? 20 million for me is way too little, but that's the clause that Victor Orta and everyone else agreed upon signing his deal here. Crazy. Lavia's going for 50 plus million, and we're losing Tyler Adams for 20. Yeah, crazy, man. Vega here saying Tyler's got legs and tackles, touch and passing not so much. I think his passing ability it's not the greatest, but I think it's being undersold a bit because he could have had a few assists early in the season if people remember, but we have a certain striker that just doesn't finish. Plus character is a plus, born leader. Yeah, he's got loads of great attributes, and that's why Premier League clubs have been after him, and why even while he's injured, two clubs are willing to take a risk and trigger the release clause. Proof is in the pudding, people. Vega, you know how broke this sounds? It sounds like those like, I don't want to be horrible, but like what, let me not say gonna miss Tyler, but we need that 20. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Gil, it's the Leeds way to lose all the best players for Peters. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Taylor's old as time. You know what? If you wanted something, I can't get it up on screen because it's too small. But go and check out LUFC Data's Twitter. Tell him I sent you because he did a whole list of our sales and everything else we've got back, whether it's a positive or negative. And we've barely made any money back on some of these players, people, through time. Like it's absolutely insane how bad Leeds have done business through the years, really and truly. Where other clubs get maximum money for some of their players or close to it, we let our players go for peanuts. Even like let's go for a sub player, like not a sub player, but a Howson at the time. What was that? Was that 2 million? Was that 2 million, if I remember right, for a club captain who had a brilliant partnership with Bradley Johnson and then Adam Clayton? Adam Clayton, he went on to have a pretty decent career. We lost him for 500,000. We've always done bad business. Always done bad business, man. Another super chat here, Alex. Shout out to you, Alex, man. What's up, my brother? Sad to see Adams leave as he really loved the city. He did. Put in a tough situation when Leeds got relegated, unfortunately, but gonna miss that dog in him. Yeah, gonna miss that, man. We've got to miss that dog. Definitely. Honestly, we got. We did. We got shagged, but Rafinha did his bit. You see Rafinha the other night getting sent off for the straight elbowing somebody. All crazy. Yeah, Connor Schmeichel. I mean, this one absolutely killed me at the time. It was 1.5, I think, Connor. I don't think it was just one. I think we got an extra 500,000. But he was on his way. He wasn't perfect at that time, but you could see what he was going to become, and he became that at Leicester. And we sold him for 1.5 million. Insane, insane price. But now you're depressing me. Oh Lord. Lucky asking KG, how much do you think is a fair fee for Nanto? Well, I don't know what the 49ers have got. Gavin, I don't know how much I could take. Let me start that one. I need that one on screen. I don't know how much, but the 49ers will obviously have had to look at the market right now. And the market is crazy. It's a mess right now. The market is an absolute, it's a disaster. But when you're seeing Alex Scott, yes, they play different positions, but he's had a good year in the championship for Bristol City. And he's gone for a 25 million deal to Bournemouth, by the way. So you know, Bournemouth, that like I say, they're signing football manager gems. But if he's going for 25, and even though everyone's going to try and forget what Nanto was about when he broke into the team, he was our go-to man. The plan was Nanto and everything else. It was through Nanto every single time. They will probably look for about 30 plus million for him. I don't see them accepting any less unless the situation gets really out of hand. But it's got to be 30 plus for me. Sorry. We've paid potential for Rutter 35. If we're not getting around that 30 to 35 for Nanto, then it looks bad on us in the end to sell for less than even a Alex Scott. Um, yeah, let me just see something here. You know what? You know what? Let me just quickly do something else while I'm here. And while I'm asking this, please hit a like on the video, please. This has been a devastating stream. Um, let me just see. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh, spelled it with a. I need to go back. Hold on a minute. New poll coming, people. More polls in the strip club. Let's go. Has it gone through? How's that not gone through? Uh, has that poll gone through? Can you guys see the poll right now? Oh, has that poll not gone through? All right, okay. Let me try again. Let me try this one more time. Who was worse? All right. Let's have a look. Can you guys see the poll? How is it not going through? Oh, it sucks. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not gone through. Never mind. I was gonna ask the question of who is worse, Bates or Orta, but for some reason the poll is not going through, which sucks. Um, Gavin is saying, KG, I don't know how much more I can take. I hear that. I absolutely hear that 100%. Uh, wow, crazy, man. Why is that not working, man? Mm. I'll have to sort that out another time, man. Sort that out another time. Listen, people, I think we're coming to the end. I don't think I can take any more myself. So we're gonna hop off here. And obviously, if there's any more news over the next day, probably be back tomorrow. You know how it is. Please hit a like on the video before you go. Best way to help the channel out. Thank you for all the super chats today. Um, drop your comments below and subscribe to the channel. Um, it's been emotional, people. It's been emotional. I won't lie. But yeah, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. Am I still on?